Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dutch racing competition here in Austria. It's October 31st, it's Halloween. Let's hope nothing goes bump in the night here, other than a few cars maybe, but not too much. Red Bull Ring, shortest track on the calendar at only 4.3k, only 10 corners, really take away 2 of them. And there's a lot of straights though. There are 3 straights, 3 DRS sections, 3 DRS detection zones as well. So it's going to create some wonderful race. We're going to see this track up on screen now. And there we go. So there you can see all those 3 detection zones going up the hill towards turn number 3. That's going to be the main one. If you can get through there, you've got a good chance of keeping your position. Turn 4, not too easy to get past people as you go down the hill. And we can see on board there with Jorn, as he's going to take us on a flying lap then around the Red Bull Ring. He is in Red Bull's sister car, the Toro Rosso. As we approach turn 1, throwing it in there. Don't run too wide, don't cut to corner too much, you're going to get a few penalties through there. Then we go up the hill with DRS wide open at this point. Turn 2 officially is here, it's not really a corner, but officially it's a corner. So turn 3 then, tight corner, and this is the crucial part. You can try and get alongside and get the drive off that corner. Again, DRS down this straight. As we at the top of the track back at turn 3, now we're starting to go downhill, down towards turn 4. It's downhill braking, get it on the inside there for your best chance to defend that position. And then unleash that throttle as we go through the kink turn 5 into turn 6. We're going to see potentially some cars going side by side through here as they're going to come off turn 4 side by side. And hopefully by the time they get to this point they are going to be nearly sorted. If not, they're going to be sorted by the time they get through the little kink of turn 8. As we come up towards turn 9 and 10, the double right-hander with a little bit straight between. High speed corner, that first one, a little bit slower in the second one. And again, so many opportunities to pick up penalties. If you just run a little bit too wide on the exits or cut the corners a little bit too much, I think we're going to see a fair few here today. Hopefully nothing is going to be race defining. And there we go, we've got the driver settings on the screen for you right now. Jorn is our current championship leader by only 4 points from Meister. Meister getting a penalty after an incident last week with Jorn at the French Grand Prix. JC there in 3rd, followed by Julian. Vivica in 5th, Fluffy Balls, Beaker, Busted, Dan, and Atomic. In top 10, Jar sitting there in the 11th. He'll be hoping for a nice haul of points again today. Got a decent one last week. Noosa in 12th, Livid 13th, Mute 14th, followed by Nathan, Kimi, John Boy, Dow, Dennis, and Doctor rounding out your top 20. And hopefully we'll see. There they go. Just moving on. The constructor standing is very tight. I mean, there's 3 teams all within 11 points at the top. That is so tight, and we're going to see some great racing because Red Bull and Toro Rosso have got sort of 1 and a bit of drivers. Williams have got 2 good drivers, but they're not race-winning drivers. No offence to them, they're not going to be at the front. But we're not quite in the race, so we'll just have a quick look at the track map while we just wait for the final countdown. We've nearly got a full load. We've got 20 drivers, 19 drivers in here, so we'll be going very shortly, and I can start to see some ticks appearing. But yeah, what I was saying, so Red Bull, you've got, let me have a quick look before we get into the race. So Red Bull drivers today, we've got Meister and Char. Meister is obviously a front driver. He's going to be the one looking for the race wins. Char's going to get some points here and there. He's going to get your 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th potentially. Similarly, you've got in the Toro Rosso, you've got Jorn is your race winner. Then you've got Dow, who's looking to get a few points. But then you've got the Williams boys, Beaker and Just Chin. They're not going to be the ones winning the races, but they're going to be getting your 3rds, 4ths, and 5ths. That's going to give them a nice haul of points coming into this race, into the standings. And it creates this wonderful collection of 3 teams all battling it out here for the championship. As I said, there's only 11 points between them, and it's going to create some interesting racing over the course of the season. We're only on round 9. We've got a long way to go of the season when you think about it. We are almost ready to get underway. I'm just getting my telemetry almost ready, set to go. Lobby is just loading up now. I will be switching over to it in a moment, but keep eyes on that track map. Because again, those 3 DRS zones, 3 chances to overtake. Obviously, they get activated on lap 3, and it's immediately. The exit of turn 1, DRS is on go. Literally, I say, as soon as the lap starts, you've got a detection point straight after the line. which is going to be very, very beneficial come the race. So that is what we're going to be looking towards, and we are now in the race. Look at that transition for you. It's almost like I know what I'm doing. So yes, you've not really missed anything. We've literally just started qualifying. It's going to be softs are going to be the pole position here. Maybe it's potentially trying to get in the mix as well. And I've made one small mistake on this. Apologies. I've got things on top of things that I wanted behind things on my other screen. If you knew what I'm looking at, you'd understand. I've got two screens, obviously, as most people do nowadays. It's looking quite busy, actually. Everyone's trying to go in the garage. I've got two screens. On my other screen, I've got the telemetry data. So I can see people who've shared it, I can see their tyres and wings, quite importantly, because you can lose a bit of wing and I can't see it. I've also got timings for the lap they're currently on, best laps, and then come the race, it also includes the penalties. So that is very useful, and I just had to get things on top of other things because my monitor's not that big. But yes, we've literally got qualifying underway shortly. We've got quite a few cars out on track. It's almost everyone, actually. There's only 5 cars still recognised as being in the pits. They are probably on their way, whereas Dennis, yeah, look, Dennis is on his way. Nathan, he's not quite on his way just yet. Doctor, nope, he's still sitting there. Along with the 2 McLaren boys, actually, interesting. The McLaren boys are sitting patiently waiting for their turn. And, right, so, qualifying is about to get underway. I've been informed that, according to the... there's no Jeff off today, unfortunately. They've had a little break for a bit. Because previous Jeff has not tipped him to do well. He thinks he's going to really struggle this track. I would be quite happy to see him just get a decent result here today for Beaker, just to stick it to Raggy. Beaker's the type of person that will pick up penalties, and that could be what's going to cost him here today. Hopefully we won't see too much come down to penalties, and it'll be an all fair, wonderful race. But yeah, we're getting the opening stint underway. We've got 15.5 minutes left of the session. Times are starting to fly in. Most importantly, Meister, we might as well stick with him. I've seen 2 purple times already come up on my screen. Not entirely surprising when you think about it. And he's going to be one of the first people to finish the lap anyway. So this will be pole for now. As he's the only one who's done a lap. But also, he's the only one who's done purple sector at all. No one's even coming close. Let's have a look at his rival then in Yawn. Not had the best. If he can nail this final sector, he's going to get a little bit of toe off his teammate. And he puts it P2, but look at that, he's well off the pace already. 3/10 down on Meister. Meister is flying. Here's only the opening few goes. Papa Bobbert in the Alpha. That's a new one. I've not heard this one before. Let's see how he does. He's coming out to the final couple of corners now. He's a little bit down on yours, but I guess there's 2 tiers in this league. There's Yawn and Meister tier, and then everyone else. Papa puts it P8 for the time being. Dennis out on the mediums, coming up to the final couple of corners. This is the corners that you can see invalidate along with turn 1. That's big lockout from Dennis there, I think. Well, he's definitely not going to put in a good lap. He's backed off already. He invalidated as well. So, no time from him. Anthony's just started a lap on his soft tyres. He's going up the hill towards turn number 3. And that's how beautifully through this is. Then the exit DRS is wide open. Detection points for all these DRSs. So the first one between turns 1 and 3, that's the one going up the hill. This is turn zone 2 we're on. Detection point for that is about 100 metres before turn 1. Detection point for the second zone, which is the one we were just on, is just about 100 metres before turn 3. And detection point for the one across the start finish straight is it's just on the exit of turn 9. We'll have to look at this one. This one's a bit further back than the other 2. So we'll stay on board with Anthony for a moment. Let's see if we can spot it. Should be a white line going across the track. Wasn't that one back there? It's that one there. So it's quite quickly on the exit corner. But yeah, so Anthony's going to put a time of a 1:5.362. Good enough for P8. So that's... Oh, we've got Doctor. He's out on lap. I thought it was the opening gambit already done. But Doctor is out there. He's going through the paces. Let's see what he can do. And as you might have guessed in the intro, it is Halloween. I was thoroughly enjoying my Halloween music before this. It's almost a shame I had to turn it off. But yes, it is Halloween. It's October 31st. And F1 we may love it, you hate it. They do give us some good cosmetics. I know we're all after actual updates, but cosmetics is still quite good. As Nathan, he could do some more cosmetics than that. That is retirement in Sector 1. I suspect that might be a crash. Yeah, Doctor is sporting the pumpkin helmet. It looks awesome. And not for... Ooh, there's in the wall there. That is a big crash. That's not a... I've had enough of this, I'm going to retire. That is a crash. Busted is also out there. If you guys haven't seen the Halloween set, it is quite good. The car's got cobwebs on it. The race suit's basically a half-covered race suit with the skeleton in the other half. It looks quite impressive. I would recommend it. If you've got a bit of disposable income, just buy it. It looks awesome. Busted then, coming up to the final couple of corners. Hopefully it won't be busted just on the edge there. And through then the final corner coming towards the line. What's he going to do? P6, 15222. As I see, there's no real surprise what I'm seeing. Mace's gone fastest in the first sector. He's beat his previous best. Is he going to go fastest in the second sector? That time comes up after this corner. A 15.93 in the first sector. Previous was a 9.65. Gone fastest in the second sector. He did a 28.826. He's done a 28.763. So he's looking pretty. Just needs to get this final corner nailed. Oh, a little bit of slide. Has that cost him anything? Coming out to the line. He went slower by a tenth. It did cost him. It cost him over a tenth. He was slower by a hundredth. It cost him over a tenth. That one slide, and that's ruined that lap and meant he hasn't gone faster than his previous. But when you consider he's the only man doing 15-second or sub 16-second opening sectors, not entirely surprising. But I've just noticed Dan has just nailed a second sector time. He has gone with a 28.712. Final corner, then can he nail this? That's a better exit than Maester got towards the line. P2. But how close is he to Maester? Look at that. 0.027. 300ths of a second. That is ridiculously close. I don't have the maths knowledge to work out what that is at about 200 miles an hour, but it's not a lot. Jorn has put in a time. He's languishing down there in P4. Did go faster than his previous, but this isn't his track. It's not looking good for the championship leader. It's currently down fourth. Hopefully he can sort himself out and put in a cracking lap at the end, as we've got just under 9.5 minutes left, so loads of time. As just mentioned in the intro, this is the shortest track on the calendar. That's only 4.3k. So, yeah. He'll be bringing that one in. If it's no surprise, let's have a look at BK. He's just started his flying lap. He's going to go up the hill. Let's see what his first sector time is. Yeah, so I've just seen that Livid hit the fastest first sector, or complete first sectors. 15.931. Only. Oh, there's actually. Who's that down 11th? Just Chinning's also done a sub 16-second opening sector, but the rest of his lap wasn't up to scratch. So that bodes well for him. If he can nail the final two sectors, he's got a good chance of a decent qualifying position. Beaker's just gone sub 16-second in that opening sector, and a personal best in the second. He's looking good. If he can nail these two corners, just like everyone else, it all comes down to these final two corners. Oh, my voice is starting to go. That's not good. Left. Beaker comes across the line, does improve. 0.3 up to P4. Apologies, I'm having a strep sore. Help me cough a little bit less, hopefully. That's the plan. Let's have a look further back. We've got the two Mercedes boys down in 16th and 17th. Kimmy's out on that. Where is his teammate? Teammate's up at the other end of the track. So stay on board with Kiwi's up by half a second in the first 2 sectors. So this should be an improvement. Hopefully he can get another half second in this last sector and move up a fair few places. Final corner then for Kimi. We should leave him alone. He knows what he's doing. And he only moves up 1 place, so not sure about that. His teammate, sorry Kimi, his teammate is also on a flying lap then. He's up after the first 2 sectors. And final corner coming towards the line. And he does move up. That is a big jump. He's up to 6th then from 17th. Knocks his teammate back down. Dennis still to put in a lap. He's on an out lap now, so hopefully we're going to see something from him here. He has been out on the mediums already, but validated earlier. And so he'll be starting that flying lap. Who are we keeping an eye on? Just Shilly's on an out lap as well. He's one to keep an eye on. Jorn is also on an out lap. Meister's back out on another fly. Where is he on track? He is at the top end of the track. He's gone slower than his previous best in sector 1. But I don't know, he's gone faster, but I think he must have invalidated. I'm guessing from my timing boards that he invalidated. So we'll leave him alone for now. Hopefully he'll prove me wrong. So on board there with Meisters, he's coming through towards turn 6 now. And so his time is 44.68. He's going green obviously because he has no times to beat. Gets a little tiny bit of a toe there from JC, who isn't on out lap. Meister, well, apparently he was on a flying lap and he's just gone faster. But not fast enough, as Dennis has just immediately beaten it. Didn't see that coming. He wasn't the quickest in any of the sectors, because there's 3 different drivers are quickest in each sector. He just got a good all-round time, and yeah, so great in all 3 sectors. Not the best, but great in all 3 sectors. Puts himself P1 for now with 5.5 minutes left. Dennis had Meister, had that for a moment. Dennis snatching it off him, as so does Dan. Snatches it straight off him. Dan now does get purple sectors. He's purple in sector 2 and 3. Fastest second sector goes to his teammate, who hasn't gone faster so far. He's actually not beaten his previous best, but he's not that far off the pace, unless he took away his second sector, which was 2/10 slower. He's going to need to find a lot in this last sector, and he's currently P4. He's going to stay P4, so it's slower overall. And let's have another look further back. What's happening with Noosa? He's just started a lap, so we'll come back with him. JC coming towards the line. He goes up to P7 then. 6/10 improvement next to his teammate there. Beacon and JC chilling in 6th and 7th. So let's have a look back at it. Looks like Noosa's the only one on a flying lap. Softs all around at the moment. No one fancying those mediums. Not entirely surprising. Not entirely sure of the weather either, so hopefully it's not going to mess anything up too much for us. So Noosa then coming up to the final corner. What's he going to get? On green in the first 2 sectors. Going to go quick here. 3/10, but doesn't move up. He invalidated actually. He had a 105 dead. He would have been P11 just ahead of Busted. But invalidated means he's not getting that time. Papa's just started. Colin has also started, so we've got on board with Colin. So we've got 3 minutes 45 left. It's looking like it is that time. Once again, it is getting towards the calm before the storm. Quite early today, in fact, I would say, because you can still be on a lap at this point and get back and go out again. Not for much longer though, you've got to get through quickly. There's Colin with his pumpkin on his head, coming around the final corner. Towards the line, let's see what can he achieve. Gone fast in all 3 sectors for him, up to P11, 2/10 improvement. Not too bad. He is into the 104, so that's the important part. And a little bit off track there, but nothing too much to worry about. And yes, So it's a little bit calm. Let's have a look at Papa back there in 16th. Never mind, he's back in the pits. Anthony's just started. Kimi apparently came towards the end. I didn't realise he was even on a lap, but he's gone faster than his previous best in the first two sectors. Hits the line. Goes 4 tenths faster, but I think he invalidated. That's a real shame. He nailed that last sector, and unfortunately it was all for now, and he doesn't have long actually. I think he might be done. He's probably going to try again on these softs. Hopefully he's going to have something left in them. Anthony as well, he's going to be hoping for improvements. Down there in 17th. Quite far back really at this point in time. And coming up to the final couple of corners then. Very aggressive on that second to last corner. Now down towards the line faster than his previous in sector 2. Comes across the line, moves up to P13, so a decent result for him. Colin is done then, I suspect. He might be trying another lap after this. What's Kimi doing? Kimi's risking it. I think this is Kimi done. And he's brought this one back to the pits. He's going to struggle to get this turned around in 30 seconds. He may be at the end of the garage, but I think that is it for Kimi. We'll see. Char is out of lap P8 at the moment, so good qualifying from him so far. He's backed out, so never mind. Right, where is Dow then? P10 at the moment. He's just started lap. Colin still on his reinstallation lap, so we're going to board with Dow. Vivian is a bit behind him. But so we'll stay with the Toro Rosso though. Dow has gone his personal best in the first sector. Still keeping my eyes peeled for purple sectors to come in. Hopefully we're going to see a flurry of purple on my other screen, which will indicate we got an exciting end to the qualifying coming. Jorn has just started. Big pressure on his shoulders today to keep up his championship battle. He has that slender lead at the moment. Yellow flags flying all over the place. I'm not too worried about those myself. It's just cars slowing down, getting air. Trying. Oh, Dow, slidey. And he's going to get a little bit of a tow from Livid. Not much. And Dow does improve but doesn't move up. And he's going to be P10 then. He's not going to get another lap really in. So let's have a look. I've just seen Meister purple for sector 1. Dan is down a fair bit in the first sector. But it could be anyone's game at this point. Not sure who to watch. We're going to watch Meister considering he's got purple. That's a spin. Who was that? Oh, that looked like Papa. Spun in the middle of the track. That is not going to help anyone's cause. Meister then is not fast in sector 2. Sector 2 time gone to Dan. Where's Dan? Oh, sorry. I have to get a drink after qualifying. Runs wide in the final corner. Comes out and Meister has retired. He's done all he can. It's not going to be enough for pole. Oh, was that a crash Meister? That is a crash Meister. Did he crash with someone to cause that? Livid takes the pole position out of nowhere. Was not expecting to see him up there. Bit of controversy. There's Fevergam in the wall over there. Papa's running slow after his spin. Jorn is out. Then P5 at best. I just wonder what happened to Meister. He looked like he crashed. Did he contact a slow car? Or did he just lose it? It's a strange place to lose it in the middle of that corner. There's no barrier nearby for you to bounce back to that point. Kind of regret moving off him, but hindsight's a wonderful thing. But there we go, that is the end of qualifying. Livid taking a rather unexpected pole. I maybe expected him, but I was not expecting to see that man standing atop of the podium for the pole position. Dan I can understand as being up there. Dennis as well, was not expecting to see him there. It's a whole mixed bag of qualifying then. Meister and Jorn starting alongside each other in 4th and 5th. Beacon just chilling. 2 Williams in 6th and 7th, followed by 5th camp Chart And then Dow running at the top 10, just missing out, but free choice of tyres there for Colin. Followed by Busted, Anthony, Doctor, Mute, Noosa, Papa, Kimmy, and Nathan, having crashed out quick. I don't normally do this, but I just want to see if there was a collision. Doesn't appear to be any collision. I think that might be 100% him, which is not good news for Meister. He's got a lot of work to do now to get back to the front. But hopefully, if there's one man who you put your money on to recover from that far back, he's not even that far back, really. I'm talking about it like he's started at the back of the grid. He's P5. He's not out of it. He's very much in it. If he gets a good start, he's got a chance of jumping. But the Ferraris having a great day here today. Surprise of an Alpha being up there as well. Williams is kind of expected to be that position, but in terms of Johan and Meister, but did not expect to see that front few cars. That's thrown a little bit of spanner in a few people's works, I suppose. I'm quickly going to grab a drink. Apologies. Hopefully that'll stop me coughing. Right. So, full match up underway. Mostly it's P4, not P5. My apologies, I got it wrong. But yeah, he's still not too far back. Ferrari 1-2. It's looking like they're trying to imitate the real life F1. Let's have a quick look though at the tyre situation. So top 10 obviously had to use what they qualified on. So softs for all them. Then Anthony and Papa also on softs. Mediums for the remaining drivers just outside the top 10. And it'll be interesting what they can do from back there. Just a quick word though, after this race we're going to have, there's a quick announcement by DRC to be had. Hang around for that, you do not want to miss it. Honestly, don't miss it. It is an exciting announcement. So yes, stay tuned for that. There'll be a slight delay of about 30 seconds or so after the race. Well, a few things are just finalised at someone else's end, not mine. And then the announcement will be coming, so do not disappear. And I think Johan and Mesa will be saying that to each other. Don't disappear on this race. Keep me. I want to keep up with you. But we're now waiting for Liver to take up position at the front of the grid. It's Ferrari, Alpha thrown in the mix. Followed by the sister cars, Red Bull, Toro Rosso. Then the two Williamses. Then FIFA Camp bring it in. Then the number 2 drivers for the Red Bull and Toro Rossos. And it is going to be, hopefully, a great race on our hands. I'm trying to watch Mason and Jorn battling back there. Hopefully, for their sake, they're going to slide on through. But we're now under starters' orders as the red lights are coming on. 5 red lights. Long time they're off, and we're off there for the Dutch racing competition here in Austria. 2 Ferraris getting away cleanly at the start. And it looks like Dan's going to take the lead, but Meister sliding through, trying to get the position off Livid. And they all look cleanly through the first corner. Just Chilling is pressurising, and the 2 Ferraris are looking like they might lose one position at least. Meister is still there. And Just Chilling trying to slide one down the inside there of Dennis. And looks like his teammate also got a bit bogged down the corner. The flag's flying at the corner. Let's have a quick flip back in a second, but let's see if Just Chilling can make this on Jorn. A little bit of the contact going on there. Hanging out wide, they're still side by side, coming off the corner. And Just Chilling looks to be through. Let's go on board quickly with Jorn. He's coming back down the inside there of Just Chilling. Just Chilling is still there. This isn't over. I kind of wanted to drop back and see what's happening at the back of this pack. But they are staying side by side. They've been side by side for a very long time now. Just Chilling and Jorn come now up to turn 9. Are they going to still stay side by side through here? They are. Jorn is a nose ahead, a little bit offline. Just Chilling is now ahead. Oh, sorry, I got a bit excited. I thought one of them spun. But Just Chilling is right on his rear. He's got his teammate just behind. Beaker's not going to be coming through here. Just Chilling has a look. Can't go for it as yet, though. As that was a cracking opening lap for those two. As I see McLaren running wide in the background. Let's have a quick look at the big gainers and losers so far. So there has been a few big losers. Dow then dropping down to P19 and down 9 places. Not the best start for him. And he's definitely a bit off the pack back there. Hopefully he can recover it. He's 12 seconds already off the race lead. As Noosa is battling with the McLarens. That's Anthony running wide. That's going to gift Noosa an easy space there. So it's fifth gap already. 3-second penalty as Noosa is going side by side with Mute. And Mute is just a nose ahead at this point. And Noosa is going to have to sit in there for now. But end of this lap, DRS. Oh, sorry, my throat is not happy today. Noosa is going to be having some DRS, but Mute should also have DRS from Kimi. Time's now going to be sorted so we can see how close everyone is together. Let's have a quick look at Colin. He's got a good chance here on Papa as we go up the hill towards turn number 3. Papa with no DRS from the man in front, but Colin does. Pulls out. He has the position, but Papa will get DRS to come back at him and has the inside line there. Had a little snifter. Now he has that DRS in mode 4. Colin is covering the inside line. Papa's going to go the long way. The long way he's going. He's not going to get it just yet. He's got to get this drive. And then hang around the outside. He's going to try. No, he's not. He slips back in behind Colin. And Papa isn't going anywhere just yet. Have a look back up at the front. Meister is on the back of Livid. Livid is almost outside DRS of Dan. And they are trying to close up. DRS there for Meister. Livid also having DRS, so shouldn't be too much of a problem. Let's have a look at Fivkamp. Bastard. Fivkamp has a look, but DRS is so... Oh, Papa and Colin. Papa's trying to go around the outside. Colin, 3-second penalty for that corner cut. Papa comes back at him. Gets the drive off the corner. Has DRS as well to attack a bit more. Massive separation. They don't like each other. One's on one side of the track, one's on the other side. And Papa is going to try and go around the outside here. He's not made this stick just yet. Colin's going to get DRS to come back at him. He may have a pumpkin on his head. There's not a pumpkin in that car. He's going to try and go around the long way here. As Papa will have the inside. A little bit of a nudge going on there. And it looks like Papa's going to hold this place for now. I'm sure they'll be battling again anytime soon. Nathan and Noosa are also battling there, getting close as well. With such a short track, it's so easy to just be within DRS of everyone around you. But big winners so far are Papa and Kimi. Papa up 6, Kimi up 4. Big losers though, Dow down 9 and Anthony down 5. And so let's have a look. No one's done any... Oh, pit stop. I was about to say no one's done a pit stop, and then all of a sudden Anthony's in the pits. Let's have a quick look with 5 seconds speeding in pit lane penalty as well to go with it. New nose going on that McLaren. Beaker swapping places with his teammate. I think that might have been tactical. Interesting call to make it so early, but Beaker is through. Meister still on the back end of Livid. Livid getting a bit squirrely coming off the corner. And let's have a look further back. Bastard and Shah, they are getting close. Bastard's having a look into turn number 6. Yellow flag in sector 2. Who's that on the other side? Dogs has had an off. And that is definitely an off. Has he got any damage on that car? Looks okay from this angle. Hopefully for his sake it hasn't. But Nathan is on the back of Noosa. Action everywhere you look. We're on lap 5 of 36. Oh, was that a mistake by Mute, or was that just... Oh, I think that was a mistake by Mute. I think he just slid off the corner into the pit lane. Because I don't think he planned that pit stop. He's going to have a new nose cone to boot. And a new set of tyres. He's not getting to the end on those tyres though. Let's have a quick look. Colin and Papa going at it once again. Colin's down the inside this time. Oh, I'm sorry for the coughing. I don't know what's going on today. So Papa now slips in. Colin has this position now. Papa's going to struggle to get back. He has mute. Yep, no surprise there. Has retired from the session. Hopefully won't be causing a safety car, because I think they might have been on track. But yeah, so let's have another flick back up to the front. They are still going at it. As Dan, followed by Livid. Maester now right on the back of Livid. Dennis isn't too far back, and nor is Yawn. They are still going at it. Just keep an eye. I do have some people's tyre data, which gives me a relatively decent idea when pit stops are going to be happening. The softs, I suspect, will be coming in about lap 10, I suspect. Give or take, I can't be 100% accurate. But Maester is trying to get past Livid. Livid's got a good drive off the corner. Maester's got a little bit bogged down coming off there. Livid getting that toe off his teammate, which is very, very beneficial to him. And allows him to just keep away from Maester for a little bit. Let's have a look back. Noosa and Kimmy, 0.4 between them. Papa and Colin still going at it. Noosa looks like he's got this. That's an easy overtake. Kimmy almost looked like he broke on the corner. And Noosa up then to P13. And hopefully for him now he'll be able to close in on Papa. 3 seconds though, big gap to close in. Vivkamp and Char ready for close together. Dennis, 3-second penalty. Not good news for him. Penalties already coming in. Vivkamp though is going to look to try and get the drive off here. I haven't looked at this. Vivkamp can go quite considerably further than Dennis will. Tyre data is showing Vivkamp in a very comfortable position. As he looks to make a move here on Charles to go up the hill towards turn number 3. He's going to have to go the long way. He's looking for that switch back. He's got DRS. Has Char got anything to work with? He does. The Vivkamp just too overconfident on the accelerator. Lost a load of time. Char will not be coming through. As we look back up at the front. Still so close between the front 3. One mistake is going to cost you a lot of places. If we just look at the gaps to leader quickly, you can see top 10 are all separated by 10 seconds still. And most, well, you can front 5 are very close together. They're all within DRS of each other, which makes it even harder to overtake, which is working wonderful for the Ferrari. It won't be long before Maester eyes up that undercut to attempt to do something, but when you've got 2 Ferraris at the front, one can cover him off, one can keep going, but with the man behind who makes the pit stop, it's not the men in front that can do much about it. They've got to anticipate that pit stop coming and get in the pits before Maester does, just to cover off the undercut. As there's swapping going on further back, Char Vivkamp goes side by side. Vivkamp is passed for now. He's on the inside line, so it should have this position made. And yeah, he does. Nothing Char can do about it at this stage. Anthony with 3-second penalties coming in thick and fast. We'll do a rundown for you shortly. As Colin kicks up a bit of dust there. Papa's now starting to fall back a little bit from Colin. That's the difference. The soft tyres are starting to fall away. The medium tyres are still looking good. As, oh, Maester. He's just got past 2 cars on one corner, on one straight. How has he managed that? He's absolutely nailed it. He's under huge pressures here. He might lose 2 back. Ferrari's not playing good games himself. He's lost 1. Oh, he just lost the back end a little bit there. Livid's also lost the back end. Through comes Dennis. Through comes Yawn. If Yawn can get this position made, he'll be in a good position. Is he going to attack Dennis? He's looking down the inside. And Yawn has that position off Dennis. Great movement there. But Livid's still there. He's alongside Dennis now as you go round that turn number 6. Still haven't sorted themselves out. Exit the corner. They're still side by side. Very wide line there from Dennis. And he's just pushed Livid into the gravel a little bit. He's got the position done. Not massively cleanly, but he's through. And Dan will now come under big pressure. The throws can't work together. Dennis doesn't get the drive off the corner he would have liked. And he's coming under big pressure here from Livid. Livid's going to try and get past. Almost squeezes him up against the edge like he did to himself. Dennis did to him earlier. Livid does get DRS again to hold on to that position. And he's going to hold on to it for now. Let's have a look. Oh, was that a punt? That looks like a punt. That did not look clean. That will be a one for the stewards to adjust. Dennis, big front wing damage. Did he just lock up and go straight into the back of Livid? Or was that a bit of oi, get out of my way type thing? But Dennis now has serious front wing damage. This is, well, he's almost at the pit stop window anyway, so it's not too bad. He has 44% damage on the front left, 12% front right. It is pit stop window though, so he's not doing too bad. But let's have a look up front. Meister is now starting to fall back a little bit on Dan in the lead. He's got pressure from the championship rival right up behind him. He's yellow in sector 3. That's Livid. He's just lost it coming off the final corner. These tyres must be absolutely cooked on that Ferrari. Unless he's got a puncture or something daft. I don't think he's not driving like he's got a puncture anyway. He might get one this lap though. He's just cooked those tyres. So let's keep an eye out. He's got to be coming in this lap. Dennis goes on to the hards. Meister still trying to keep up his charge on. Dan in the lead. Jorn isn't too far back. It is starting to all kick off here. So let's see if any of these decide to chuck this one into the pits. Dan says, yep, I'll chuck it into the pits, thank you. Anyone else coming in? Beaker's staying out for now. Justin has already been in. Let's see, what does Dan go for? He looks like he's going for mediums. Let's confirm that. Yep, that is mediums. Then on that Ferrari. His teammate will be coming in shortly, but he's now quite far back. So it won't be anytime soon. Jorn now has a chance to get in front of Meister. If you can make this now, he'd be quite happy. Dan has come out in some quite big traffic. He's fallen not in the best place. And it's actually just been passed by Noosa back there in 11th and 12th. As they are still battling, let's have a quick look at that. They come off the corner. Noosa is in the lead of these two. Dan now with DRS to go down the hill, down towards turn 4. He's sizing them up and sending one down the inside. Going to have that position made. And Noosa can't do much about it. So Livid does pit. He comes out down in 18th place. It's not good news for him. Front two both pit. Beaker also pits. Beaker can avoid a penalty. He'll be good. He avoids penalty. So battle of the pit crew then. Jorn and Meister both in. Could Jorn get held up a little bit here? A little bit. That's a lot. He got held up there. And as such, he'll just be a little bit further back from Meister than he was originally. He's coming out right on the rear of his teammate. Hopefully for his sake his teammate will just go, there you go, you go. But JC comes out ahead of Beaker and in shooting distance of Jorn for now. Meister and Noosa still battling. Meister now has a big problem. There's 3 cars all vying for the same inch of tarmac in front of him. Dan's trying to make moves here. This could end in tears if he's not careful. And he's looking to try and make a move there. He's through on Papa. For now, Papa runs very well. He's going to come back down the inside. Dan has the outside line. He's just a bit ahead. Still just a bit ahead. Meister's trying to come through as well. Meister needs to get through this as quick as well. This is like trying to pass back markers, but the back markers, these ones aren't going to move out your way. They are fighting just as much as you are, and they are entitled to stay in front of you. As Meister does get past Papa, Jorn, then where is he? That's going to help him. Papa comes in. Jorn's got Meister still to beat. as Dan is on the rear of Kimi. Just going through turn 1 right on the rear. Runs very wide on the exit. We'll do a penalty rundown for you shortly, just to keep you updated on what's happening. But Dan trying to eye up on Kimi as Nathan is... Oh, just got a little nudge there from Meister. Meister survives without damage, but that, I could see that. I was looking in Dan's mirrors going, where's Meister? Oh, there he is. Just a little nudge in the rear. Nothing come of it. So, all's fair there. Dan, though, on the rear of Kimi. Going to look to try and make a pass. Quick penalty rundown for you. We'll do another one later once everyone's stopped. But Colin on 6. Nathan on 3. If you don't hear the name, they've got nothing, by the way. Nathan 3. Just chilling on 6. He's not had the best start so far. Fevercamp on 6 as well, as Dan's looking to make moves on Kimi. Mace's trying to come through as well. We'll just follow this for a moment. Who was one? Dennis is on 3. Papa also on 3, as Dan's looking to make moves on Kimi. Going to someone down the inside, is he? A little bit of a nudge. That's going to come off bad for Dan. Very bad for Dan. Meister is through. Jorn's also through on Kimi. That's worked out great for Jorn. One less person he needs to try and overtake. Meister is now effective race lead, but Dan is there trying to come through. He's going to lose out to Jorn on the exit. Bit of a wobble to go with it. Jorn taking advantage of that mistake by Dan, as Dan drops back to effectively 3rd place now. So, front 3 still to pit. So it is Meister, Jorn, Dan, then Beaker and JC. I'm going to stop after that because you never know where the other guys are going to fall back into. That will be dictated over the course of the race as Meister's eyeing up Nathan. Quickly back to the penalties. What were we on? Fevercamp 6. 3 seconds for Dennis. 3 seconds also for Papa, Dow and Livid. And Anthony also has 3 seconds. So that is your quick penalty rundown. Beaker is flying. He's on the rear of Kimi. He should be trying to come through, but Mason's going to make short work here of Nathan. Great camera angle for this. Overtake up the hill we go. Mason's through. He's going to fancy a double overtake on this straight. He's looking down the inside. He's got that position. Jorn is also trying to make moves behind, and so is Dan. But that is very, very important for Mason. He's just put 2 cars between him and the guys he's battling with, which is Jorn. And now... Oh, that's not good for Meister. Colin nearly made it, and not a good day if your name is Meister. Gets away with it. As Jorn, that's going to help him a little bit. Jorn can now close up a little bit onto the back end. He needs to get this overtake because he's got a Ferrari in his mirrors. And that Ferrari is fast here today. It is Dan. And Dan wants... He at least wants a podium. And not to nudge Jorn a bit more than that. He's also got to worry because Beaker, fastest man on the track, he's looking to make moves here on Dan. He's going to go down the inside. He's through. And Beaker is effectively up to P3 now then. But Dan is all over the place trying to come back. Beaker moves over to defend his line. Has that position secure. As up ahead, Jorn is trying to make moves, but 2 cars battling for position, quite all fair in front of him. He's going to get past Nathan, but can he get past Colin on the straight as well? He's a little bit boxed in at the moment. He needs to find that gap. He's found the gap. Can he get around there? Oh, big hit there. Oh, Jorn on Colin. Beaker is come up as well. Beaker could be making moves here on Jorn. He's not quite though. Beaker's got past Nathan. And now Jorn has to get past Colin. And, I mean, look at where Meister is. You can't, because he's gone. He's 3.5 seconds up the field. That is how much time Jorn has just lost out to Colin. I say lost out. It's not really lost out. He's just not been able to get the overtake. Meister got the overtake. And just went with it. These guys are racing fair and hard. That's the problem for these guys behind them. Nathan loses out big time there. JC, Nathan, JC, Kimi, and Dan all pass. Beaker is going to get a bit annoyed, I suspect. But Colin is not entitled to let him past. They're in completely different races. So the lead out front is 7 seconds, and that will be coming down slowly. As you can see, it already comes down. Baker's trying to make moves here on Colin. Not a normal place you try for an opportunistic overtake. He's squeezing Colin as much as he dares. He's almost through. He's going to get the power off the corner and is through finally for Beaker. He's up to what is effectively 3rd place, but still has it all to do. Dan behind will want to get past Colin on this straight, but Colin's going to get DRS from Beaker. As Nathan pits then from behind. Yellow in sector 2. Was that Anthony? He just dropped a place. It might well be. But Dan's got a just chilling. Just chilling on hard tyres. He didn't fancy taking the mediums to the end when he came in. It's starting to work for him. He's trying to battle here with Dan. But Dan will have just a bit more grip coming off the corner. And Kimi is on the back of them as well. Kimi is on 19 lap old mediums. He's looking good. If you can take those a few more laps, you'll get some nice softs on towards the end. Same with Busted. Busted is currently the race leader. He may not have stopped, but he's still doing well as Anthony has retired from position. It was him that caused this yellow in sector 2. And he has had enough. Bad day for the McLarens. They are both out of the race. Sorry, excuse me. We're on lap 20 of 36. Justin is sizing up Dan here. He's just got 2 of them. That was a beautiful overtake. Justin just took advantage of it. He might be on hard tyres, but he's just taken 2 places. He's going to come back though. Colin is. Down the inside it goes. Contact. That's bad news for Colin. He's got to get that quickly moved because that is the pit lane exit. And Colin Fivicum is very happy about that because he's just gained a place. Doesn't have to worry about passing Colin. Just chilling. And Dan swap places out at the top of the track into turn 3. Battling as they are. Papa picks up a 3-second penalty. Back there in 11th, coming off the corner. Just chilling is a nose ahead. More than a nose ahead now. It's definitely a car ahead now. Just chilling has P5. These hard tyres, you don't normally say the hard tyres are going to work for him, but they are. They're working quite well for him here today. Just probably right on the limit of going for mediums. Decided to play it safe, went for hards, and it's working for him. He's got effectively P4, and he will have P4 in a moment because Busted is in the pits. Maester will take hold of the race lead, followed by Yawn in a moment, and then Just Chilling and Dan. Fifth should also come past, potentially. It's not guaranteed to come past. Where is Busted? He's coming out of the pits now. Fifth is on his way. Fifth will be through then into P6, but we'll have a Busted behind on soft tyres to worry about. Colin also in. Let's have a look. Kimi, Papa maybe an AI, but he's on the back end of Dow as well. Livid 3 sometimes. This day is not going well. He had such a great qualifying. Let's have a quick look at the big gainers and losers as Kimi makes it an extra gain for him. Gets a little bit of a nudge there from Dow, but he's up another place. Let's have a quick look at the big losers and gainers so far. Front 4, all up 3. Dan down 3. Livid though down 9 places to 10th. It's not been his day, not in the slightest. Well, it was his day earlier, but not his day now. 7th place is gained for Kimi, so he's on a good one. He could also have Livid here and make it a bit more for him. He's on those soft tyres. It's a shame that Kimi couldn't do it in qualifying. He could have had a great race here today if he just nailed that qualifying. Busted, now closing up to the back of Vivkamp. Who's on the back end of Dan. Dan's dropped back from Justin. Justin looks like he's going to have that P4 secure. Although, let's just say that I do look at my left-hand screen and see the penalty screen. I didn't really. I kind of did and didn't at the same time. I got nearly into the back of there, Dan. There might be a little stain in that cockpit now. Quickly penalty rundown for you, since I think, based on what I see, everyone has pitted. There will be no more expected pits. The people may come into the pits to do fastest laps and things. but the pit stops going to happen will not be affecting the points. What will affect the points is the penalties. Front three, all penalty free. Fourth place, just chilling, 6 seconds, followed by 3 seconds for Dan, but then 6 seconds for Vivian. So Dan, at the moment, will gain on just chilling, but he will lose out to Busted, who has 0 and is looking very pretty there in 7th, to gain 3 places and could be P4 come the end of this. Dennis has 3 seconds as Vivian is now getting past Dan, and look at that, Busted trying to go 3 wide. Has Busted gained 2? That is great driving. Busted just took him beautifully in the braking zone. Vivian and Dan still going at it. They may now be battling for 6th and 7th, but they're still battling. Busted slides on through. And I wouldn't rule out Busted potentially getting a podium here today. It might be a little bit too far to get to, but he's looked good so far. If he can avoid penalties and potentially Beaker picks up one, which I will never rule out Beaker picking up a penalty, then he could potentially get on the podium midday. And what a result that will be for him. So let's have a quick back on the penalties. Getting distracted by all the action. Silly game. Stop giving me action. I'm trying to do penalties. Vivian is through on Dan. Up into P6 he goes. Now Dan will have DRS on the exit of turn 1 to come back at him. Just an FYI, turn 1 is now the Nicky Lauda corner, named after the late great Nicky Lauda, obviously. But yes, so Dan's not coming there. He's going to have a chance. He just doesn't get the drive off the corner. Vivian will hold this position, I suspect, unless Dan goes for an outrageous dive, which he's not going to now. So back onto the penalty front. 8th place Dennis has 3 seconds. Not going to cost him anything as Dox is retired in the pit lane, I think. Yep, that looks like a pit lane retirement. Hopefully, I mean, if that causes a safety car, that could change this entire dynamic. Even a virtual, it might change everything. It is in the pit lane. It does sometimes happen that they get ejected and they throw up a virtual. He's now in sector 1. Yawn 3 seconds to his name. That is big. That rules out pretty much any chance of him winning. It doesn't rule out Beaker just yet. Give me the 3-second penalty. I'm still trying to do the penalty run down. I got in the middle of it, then people started trying to pass each other. Busted is on the back and just chilling. He is looking racy on those softs. He needs to bide. You kind of want to bide your time, wait for the right opportunity, but at the same time you want to get past as quickly as you can. He knows that he can get up to Beaker, or potentially up to Beaker, with 10 laps to go. He's only got to find 5 seconds. He's done a 7.7 on his fastest lap. Last lap. Beaker last lap was an 8.5, so decent gain there. He could potentially do this. Not ruling out just yet. Right, I'm going to try and finish the penalty run down before we have any more action as Vivian has left the session there. That's not good news for him. And he will be ghosting and losing places, as Dan will take that one relatively easy from him. So that's going to be a big change for him. There on 6-second penalties, he's going to drop right back. Right, penalty run down. Let's try and finish it this time. We can ignore anything going on with Vivian. We'll keep an eye on Nathan back there for a little bit. Okay, so down with 3-second penalty. Penalty rundowns. I'm trying to do them. P8 Vivian is 6 seconds. Yeah, we know that. 0 for Char, 6 for Livid, 3 for Kimmy, 6 for Dow. Noosa has 0 and the fastest lap, by the way, so far. Nathan has 3, 6 seconds for Colin, and 6 seconds for Papa. There we go. Right, back to the action. Let's keep an eye on Nathan. He's going to close up a little bit onto Noosa, but won't come through just yet. But let's have a look. Busted and Just Chilling. Just Chilling is doing a great job of defending here. And he's just covering off Busted so that he can't catch up to Beaker, and that is a great bit of defensive driving. Busted wants to come past. Just shitting on some very old hard tyres, 17 laps in. Busted needs to get past if he wants a chance. I think the podium chance might have gone, but a P4 on the track is pretty darn good to have. I say the podium chance is gone. All it takes is one penalty and the podium chance is back. But Busted sizing up, just chilling now, looking to make moves around the outside of turn number 4. It's going to be hard. He's going to go side by side on the exit. He's got that extra grip. He's going to make use of it. He's a nose ahead and now a car length ahead. And it's just chilling. Almost concedes the position. He knows that he can only do so much. Busted is now 6.8 seconds off the back end of Beaker. Can he close him up? We are on lap 29. Yep, well, these guys are about to start lap 29. He's Busted. So, can he do it? We'll do another penalty rundown in a few laps as a final rundown before the checker flag. Is he back in yet? He is back in, so he might still recover and hold some points. But it's not looking good for him, although Livid has the same amount of penalties for him. Dan is sizing up Dennis now. 16 lap old mediums versus 17 lap old hards. These two had a coming together earlier. Hopefully there won't be any more coming together as Livid and Char swap places. Livid dives late into their corner. Holds position. Char will get some DRS and attempt to come back at him. Not a lot of VRS left on Char's car. He needs to do some saving. He's going to go round the outside. It's going to be a tricky one to do. As, yeah, no surprise that Dan holds that position. Livid, sorry. But behind them, Kimi is on soft tyres and closing in. Kimi could potentially spoil the party here. Char needs to hang on to the back of Livid as much as he can. And there is the penalty that could change the entire podium. 3-second penalty for Beaker. I knew it was coming at some point today. It has come. And that means Busted is now 3 seconds off a podium position on lap 30 of 36. Not long to go, and it should, I'm not saying it is, plain sailing for him. He just needs to close up. As I've just seen, Busted did his fastest lap last time round, a 7.441. And he will attempt now to close up into Beaker. He just lost actually a few tenths. Looks like he didn't have a great first and second sector. Just check that. Beaker did a 30.2. Yeah, so a much slower second sector and first sector. For Busted, just lost a little bit of time. Maybe that news got to him and he got a bit excited and made a mistake. But Sharafin as well, he's trying to close up with Livid. He's just also trying to stay with him. I don't think he'll mind losing out to Kimi. Kimi behind has penalties. Livid in front has penalties. Viv coming in front also has penalties. That could be a big change for him, as long as he doesn't lose it. He also needs to do a bit of fuel saving as well, because he's currently in the yellow, which means he hasn't got enough to get to the end. A bit further back, Nathan and Noosa. Noosa on getting old softs, Nathan on rather new in comparison to just chilling mediums. So this could change towards the end. Noosa as well, catching up towards Dow. Let's have a quick look at Busted. He needs to somehow find now 4 seconds. He just had a slow, I think his tyres are now starting to fall away. As I'm looking, it's 6.8 now, and it's getting bigger, that gap. Lost a couple of tenths in the first sector, 10th in the second sector. More time in this sector, and I think just chilling now. Starting to come back at him. Look at that. He's just dropped outside 7 seconds there. Lap times, Beaker did a 8.189. Busted did an 8.555. So Busted is not sure. I think it's got to be his tyres just dropped. Not going to help him. Just chilling can only do so much. He needs to pass and get 6 seconds to lead. I think he's more worried about Dennis behind, but Dennis has his own penalty he's worried about. So look quickly at Noosa and Dow to go up towards turn number 3. DRS on Noosa. He's going to look for a massive dive. No, he's not. He knows better than that so far. And so Nathan is also relatively close. And Nathan might take advantage of any mistake by these two in front of him. Won't get points, but just going to get positions which are quite useful to have. So, we've had a quick rundown of penalties in the chat, so I'll leave it at that for now. That is your final rundown. I won't do any more. Unless someone picks up a penalty, then I'll talk about it. Or mention it at least and see how that affects the grid. At the moment though, there are going to be a couple of jumps, that's for sure. Fever Camp in 8th. He has 6 seconds penalties, and so does Livid. That's going to allow Char to jump up a couple of places. Kimi has 3 seconds, so won't jump at all. But Char could gain a couple of places here. If he can just hold on. Just needs to up the pace a little bit. We're on lap 33 or 36. Big look up from Dan going into turn 4. Kimi has now been passing Chan. I don't think Trophy should worry too much about that and should just keep doing what he's doing. Let Kimi go past and just sit in the back end of him. Use that toe to keep yourself going, because you don't want to fall too far back and get eaten up and lose a position through not being close enough. Noosa and Dow, they are close enough, that's for sure, and so is Nathan. On the penalty front, Noosa is looking good. He has 0. The guys around him have some, so he'll gain those penalties. And Dan swapping places up there, 7th and 8th. Noosa's a bit of a corner cut there as he kicks up the dust. But Noosa's still holding on position. He's going to come in a little bit of pressure from Nathan. But Noosa's DRS allows him to just stay ahead for a little bit longer. So let's have a look. Justin is now caught up to Busted. Busted's dreams of getting a podium are starting to fade away as they approach a back marker. Papa, who's no longer in the game, easily past him. No surprise there. Justin is covered at the moment from Dennis, so he'll be fine with that. He's not going to lose anything. He's not going to gain anything. Even if he gets past Busted, he's still going to somehow find a 6-second lead in 2 laps. Yawn though, that is a big penalty. Currently, as it stands, that's Beaker getting 2nd place. Yawn now has 6 seconds to Beaker's 3. That is going to be good news to Beaker. Beaker is 2.2 seconds back from Yawn. He could potentially have this position. Dan is still trying to hold on to the back of Feverkamp. Feverkamp has 6 seconds to Dan's 3, so that'll be a loss for Feverkamp to Dan and Livid. Both the Fries will come past. Kimi, quick maths says, is on the edge. Very quick maths, but Kimi I think has penalties anyway, so yeah, Kimi has 3 seconds, so won't gain. Colin sets the fast lap down there in 15th. That would be good. Good as a little morale boost for him. If you're not going to get any points, at least try and get the fast laps just to give yourself a little, yeah, I did that. That was me. Oh, that's a big mistake from Nathan. Nearly coming back on to take Noose out. They're both off track. Dow will take that one through. And I don't think there was contact between the two drivers. I think it was just a general mistake from Nathan. Just coming off the corner, got a bit too keen on the accelerator into the barriers. He went, didn't get any damage, just damaged his pride a little bit, I suspect. Meister is on the final lap then, and he'll be taking a rather comfortable lead, win. Doctor lose the session, there's not an issue there. Let's just keep an eye on Beaker. Beaker is on the final lap. At the moment, he just needs to keep it between the white lines, and he'll have 2nd place. Meister has a very comfortable win, unless he has a big crash like he had in qualifying. But I think he's coming out to the line. He is. Meister takes the win. Let's go back on board with Beaker. Avoid the penalties. Beaker on the final corner. He's got second place. He does that, and he's going to get that second place. That's a penalty I didn't know about. Nope, he does. Beaker gets that second. Just shooting got past Busted. All for now to the end of the day. So he'll lose that position to Busted. So decent result for Busted. Dennis is going to come across in P6. Let's have a look back at Dan. He's not going to gain anything. Char isn't going to gain anything on Kimmy, unless Kimmy makes a big mistake. He nearly did. He tried to. So Char gets the P9, so he gets a couple of jumps there, which is good for him. Some more points towards the Red Bulls total. But you can see what I was talking about earlier, that there's one driver of the Red Bull and the Toro Rossos. They've got some decent points today, but then Williams got two drivers very high up, battling for that final podium and best of the rest effectively. So that's really going to help them. But Red Bull take a win once again. It is that man Meister standing top of the podium. And there we go. So Meister once again, as always, seems to be so far this year, picking up the winner's trophy. And he is absolutely thrilled with that. I suspect Jorn losing the place through a penalty. Says he's going to appeal it. We'll see if that one works out for him. I can't tell if it does or if it's not going to. I didn't see the penalty. I'm sure he did. But there we go. There's the final results. It is Meister taking the win from Beaker. Then Jorn. Busted with a decent recovery drive. Look at that. Started 12th. Got up to 4th. He just nailed that final stint. Just shooting his penalties did not help him. And he dropped back to 5th. Dennis in 6th, followed by Dan, Livid, Char, and Vivian running out your top 10. Just missing out Kimmy, followed by Noosa, Dow, Nathan, Colin, Papa, and DNF is then of Doctor, Anthony, and Mute. So, thanks for all for being here. That was a thrilling race. But yeah, so we'll be back here next week. And we will be in... I've forgotten which race it is next. Oh, it's Britain. Excellent. So yeah, join me then for that. But don't go anywhere, guys. There's a big announcement coming. Very big announcement coming in regards to the Dutch racing competition, DRC. So I will put on a B screen. I'll be back in a... Literally, I'm talking about 30 seconds, so don't go anywhere too quickly. I'll put back on some creepy music to creep you all out. But I'll be back shortly.